In this section of the course, we're going to be exploring the world of vulnerability management. Now, vulnerability management is a systematic and ongoing process of identifying, evaluating, prioritizing, and mitigating vulnerabilities in computer systems, networks, and software applications to maintain a secure and resilient cybersecurity posture. This process includes vulnerability scanning, assessment, remediation, and monitoring to minimize the potential for security breaches and ensure the effective management of risk. So in this section of the course, we're going to be focused solely on Domain 4 with looking at Objective 4.3. Now, Objective 4.3 states that you must be able to explain various activities associated with vulnerability management. First, we're going to be determining how to best identify vulnerabilities. This process involves recognizing potential weaknesses in your systems, applications, and networks, and then identifying vulnerabilities is going to be the first critical step in building out a robust security posture. Next, we're going to be looking at threat intelligence feeds. Now, threat intelligence feeds provide essential information on emerging threats and can help our organizations to stay more proactive in identifying and mitigating vulnerabilities that might be exploited by threat actors out there in the real world. Then, we're going to cover responsible disclosure programs. Now, these programs play a vital role in the cybersecurity ecosystem by providing a framework for ethical hackers and security researchers to report vulnerabilities that they discover. Your understanding of how these programs work is going to be essential for fostering collaboration between security researchers and organizations. After that, we're going to analyze vulnerabilities. Now, the analysis step involves evaluating the severity and potential impact of an identified vulnerability to allow organizations to prioritize their remediation efforts more effectively. Next, we're going to conduct vulnerability scans. Here, you're going to learn how organizations can employ simple scanning tools and methodologies to systematically search for vulnerabilities in their systems and networks. Then, we'll be assessing the results of those vulnerability scans. Now, vulnerability assessment involves comprehensively analyzing the data being gathered from those scans to determine which vulnerabilities require immediate attention and which ones can be addressed in a more structured manner later on. After that, we're going to look at responding and remediating to vulnerabilities that you've discovered during your scans. Now, an effective response strategy is essential for promptly addressing vulnerabilities and reducing the organization's exposure to potential threats. Next, we're going to validate the remediation of our vulnerabilities. And this validation ensures that the remediation actions we've taken have effectively mitigated the identified vulnerabilities and that our systems are now secure. And then we'll conduct vulnerability reporting. Now, communicating vulnerable findings and remediation progress is going to be critical for maintaining transparency and facilitating decision-making across your organization. Finally, we'll take a short quiz to see what you learned during this section of the course and review each of those quiz questions fully to ensure you can explain why each answer was right. So, when you're ready, let's get started with our coverage of vulnerability management in this section of the course.